So, good day, everybody, and welcome. And thank you for joining UPM SILab's webinar series. So, we are excited to present to you our second webinar, which is titled IOL 101 Taiwan FHIR Tools. So, I am 𝐩𝐫𝐵 a registered pharmacist, and I am SILab's communication officer. So, today I'll be facilitating the session, and I hope you guys are excited as I am. So, before we begin, may I ask how everyone is doing? I hope most of you are feeling fantastic and thrilled for today's session. So I'll be flashing a poll, so just to get a sense of how you guys are feeling and what's your level of expertise in informatics. So can you guys see the poll? Okay, so I'll give you about 1 or 2 minutes to answer the poll. All right. All right, can we share the results? Okay, so most of you are feeling okay, not so excited. Some does not want to share. And we also have pretty much intermediate level of expertise in informatics. Okay, so that's going to be exciting. Thank you all for answering the poll. All right, thank you, Bianca, for the assistance. So as we have learned from the previous KSS or knowledge sharing session with AHIN COIL or AHIN Community of Interoperability Labs, we actually learned that Taiwan has been at the forefront of creating and executing interoperable solutions for medical data exchange. And today we are gathered to know more about the tools and platforms they use that are designed to support the development and management of resource based on FHIR. We are honored to have with us an IT expert from the prestigious National Taipei University of Nursing and Health Sciences, or NTNHS. So before anything else, I would like to remind everyone of the house rules and a few reminders for today's session. So this event will be recorded, and by proceeding with the meeting, you are consenting to be recorded. So kindly stay muted throughout the lecture, and we will have a Q&A session at the end of the lecture where you have the opportunity to ask. So feel free to use the Q&A option or the raise hand function. Also, kindly refrain from using the chat box for your questions. Okay, and then attendees will be receiving a certificate of participation upon answering the evaluation form. So later we will flash a QR code and we'll send you the link to the evaluation form. Okay, so now to formally welcome everyone, we have with us Dr. Miguel Aljibe, a physician engineer, laboratory manager of UPM SILab, and the project manager of UP-CPOL. So Dr. Miguel.
Okay, thank you, Gabby, for introducing the speaker as well as the event. So thank you, everyone, for taking time to attend our very short webinar. So this is IOL 101, is part of the regular webinar, public webinars given by the Standards and Interoperability Lab, where we get speakers from within the Philippines and outside of the Philippines. And we're actually very quite happy to see a lot of participants today, even outside the Philippines. We have participants from Sri Lanka, from Laos, from Cambodia, Taiwan, and Thailand. So good morning, good afternoon to everyone. So I think our speaker today is Dr. Hsiu An Lee, but he is actually a frequent collaborator and partner here with UPM SILab, and he and SIL Taiwan have been very instrumental in guiding the team and in all our capacity building activities. And we always learn a lot from the innovations and the work of Thailand with regards to digital health and interoperability. So okay, so with that, I'd like to pass on the mic again to Gabby to formally introduce our speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miguel. And in the call, we also have with us the director of UPM SILab, Dr. Alvin Marcelo. Good morning, Doc Eloy. Okay, so without any further ado, let us introduce our speaker for today. So our speaker, Professor Hsiu An Lee, is a researcher working at the National Health Research Institutes in Taiwan, and he completed his PhD in Information Engineering at the Tamkang University. So his current work at NHRI focuses on the data integration and interoperability of clinical health data, His research has been published in numerous prestigious journals and has garnered international recognition. Wow. He has experience in introducing emerging technologies such as blockchain and artificial intelligence. And Prof. Hsiu An is currently the General Secretary of APAMI, or the Asia Pacific Association of Medical Informatics. He is also the CEO of the Taiwan eHealth Association, and he's also the director of the Standard and Interoperability Lab, Smart Healthcare Center of Excellence in Taiwan. So everyone, please join me. Let us virtually welcome Professor Hsiu An. Sir Billy.
Hello, everybody. So I try to share my screen. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so thanks SILab to invite me to join this meeting. So today, which means Taiwan's FHIR tools, and my name is Hsiu An from Taiwan. So today I will just share some experience about the simple IG construction method, and then second is build an IG process, and then explain how to fill it in the different sections of your information. So as we know, we right now have a lot of different tool to deploy and design your own IG. And at the beginning, we just using a lot of different free tool to doing that, and using the more easy way to doing that. So we chose and select many different platform and chose from the different place, and we just chose the easy one to doing that. So today's experience is about how to using the free tool to design the IG by yourself. So in the first one, so we will introduce a paid software. We use the paid software in free features, and then some free software to using to deploy the IG. And second one is build an IG processes design. Well, we should design the structure definition first, and then plan the content of the websites, and then we generate the IG. And third one is we will share our experience, which part can put something inside to the IG. Okay. So very quick introduction about IG. So implementation guide is detailing how to implement the FHIR in the specific scenario. And under the IG, we including a lot of different profile. Profiles explain detail of the separate resource, value sets, or definition which are used in the IG. So this is kind of the package. So and first we should because today we just quick explain how to design IG. So I will not talking too detailed about the data content. I will just share how to design IG. So for example, here we have the original data is height, human height, and the human weight. So we need to mapping it first. So which means we need to tell the user, if you want to implement this IG in your system, you should let them know which session the data should put in the which session or which resource. So at very first, we just using the just an example in the body height is from the lung cancer registration form, and if in the 𝐻𝐫𝐞𝐵 code is assessment. But in our IG, we designed it put into the observation resource, and category we set down at high, and also put the real data into the value quantity value this column. And also we tell other people, say, okay, if you put the CM here, you should put the value quantity units code, and then the quantity system here. And also you can put the link here. So for in the future, if you want to searching the body height for the specific people, you can only using the link for the interoperability parts. So the same situation into the weight, we will tell the people, okay, if you want to put the weight into the file server, so which kind of content you should put inside there. So finally, you will generate this kind of the website. So left-hand side is the body height profile. So you should put a coding. Is a coding is observation and is a vital sign or a body height, and then you should put the coding system is for the LOINC, and then the code is A302-2. So which means in the future you can search the body height code using the LOINC code to search it. So in the profile in this IG is used to show to other people which kind of the data you should put inside this file resource. So it's very important. It's about you should write a very detailed into the description parts, and also tell other people if you already design kind of the standard or the dictionary, you should put a different place. So you should put it here. And the same situation to the observation body weight here. So I think that is same. So you can put all you want to put inside here. So maybe sometimes you will asking then you should fix the value, or we just suggestion the value. So depends on different situation you can design inside your system. And then, for example, the data, the original data is from the value quantity value. So we tell them this is come from the tensor long registration form. So it means the LF, and then the weight this column. So we just tell other people you should put the list columns data inside the list value. So because right now in the Taiwan, we already have a lot of different systems, and it's storage by their own design, not for the FHIR. So right now they need to doing kind of the converts from the original data to the FHIR format. So we just doing this way to tell them, okay, so from the original side is long form list sheets, and then the color name is a weight. So you should put the list data into this part. So just a mapping site. So after mapping, we should design the structure definition. So structure definition is customize the structure of the executive file resource. As known as is a profile modified based on the original resource structure or derived from a specific one. And inside the structure definition, we can put the extend field. If you because although in the file they already have a comprehensive design for the each data and each data column, and then separate to the different resources. But sometimes if you still need to extend some data inside the profile or inside the resource, you should put the extend field in here. And also the important part is the field content definition, because for example, we should tell them which kind of coding system you should use and which data you should put here. So the content definition is very important. And also setting the code reference link here is also important, because in Taiwan we have a national health insurance, so we have our own coding system under a national health insurance. So depends on the different situation, maybe you will have a lot of different coding system and the different code. So you should setting the good reference link here. And then also set a samplable value for a field, which means you should tell them which data you should put here and which data you should put there. And then if everybody follow your IG very well, and in the future you can collect the data to get a very efficiency and high performance. So also in the IG they have different logical table. The content we have a name, the flags, the coordination, the type, and then the description and the constraints. Here the name, flag, card, type, and description. So the name is color name. You should put it here, and then flag they will tell some very important information by the flag. For example, is here we say this column is must be supported by the database, which means because right now we only focus on the data creator side, not for the data collection side, but for the server designer, they need to know which column is important to the list IG. And then if I want to announce other people, say, okay, our FHIR server is fully support list IG and the less IG. So which means you should must support these 3 columns of the data. And then the coordination, which means how many data you should put it here. So they always start from a number and 2 dots to another number, which means if for example and the status is 1 to 1, which means at the minimum you should put the 1, and the maximum you also can only put the 1. And 1 to star, which means minimum you should put the 1 data here, and star means you can put a lot of unlimited data here. And 0 means you should put the 0 data here. At least you can put nothing here, but if you put something, you must be put the 1 season in the 1 code here. So coordination is also important side. And then the type is data type. So you should read the very detail about which kind of data you can put it here, and then the formats. Because if you put into the, for example, the FHIR server right now, happy, or the Microsoft one, they will checking the data type, and then if the data type is wrong, you cannot put the data into there. And the description and the constraints part is very important. It's the most important part. You should put all of your information inside here, and then other people can follow your IG to deploy inside their system. So how to build IG? Right now, they have many different kind of tool. For example, the FHIR HL7 International, they release the FHIR shorthand. So-called is FISH. FISH is a domain-specific language for the defining FHIR. And so if you're using FISH, you should kind of coding, and you should put a lot of different code and using their way to design IG. So it's for the distribute the development under source code control, and then providing meaningful version to versions, the differential table, and then differential mapping, and support for merging and conflict resolution, and then nimble refactoring, which means if you're using FISH, is right now I know a lot of people using FISH, but still need to doing some kind of coding. So for some people that is more hard to design the IG. And in the past few years, some people using the hand editing the FHIR conformance, such as the structure definition and the value sets, and then gives author full control over every aspect to the resulting the FHIR profile and the definition. But let's say it's more hard to design the IG, because everything if it's by your hands and then design by yourself, no way to following, and then no other system can confirm to you. That is more, well, maybe will cause more problems inside when you design the IG. And then someone in the HL7 conference, they also release a Excel way to doing that, but I never try it. So, but they announce is US core is using the Excel way to doing that. And also the simplifier or the Trofolia is provide a graphical form-based in interface to help guide the user using a common profiling task. But some let have a free function, free function to allow user to using it, but they still sometimes they still need to pay, and depends on a different situation. If you have a budget, you can use it. So today I will share the experiences we using simplifier Forge to design the structure definition, and this is for free. They announced they release the platform, and this function is for free. And then we using this structure definition to create the IG by the HL7's tool. So FHIR is a simplifier, and FHIR creates they provide the profile customers the structure definition sharing platform and graphical interface, and provide JSON XML file formats, and verify that the definition field is incorrect, and extension definition field can be added. So we using FHIR to doing the structure definition. So I don't know how many people already using it or try to use it. So I just have a very short introduction about that. So when we download the Forge, they will asking you to register your account, but not need to pay anymore. If in the future you need to using more function, you should pay. But right now in today's course, we only using the free function part. So when you're going inside the Forge interface, this platform, you just choose a session and edit the resource structure definition. And then you can choose, they already put the different version of the file here. So for example, here is for the R4, so which means the data, the basic data from the HL7 original is R4.0.1. So you just chose the resource structure definition to be created, and then they will show you some related setting. For example, is a name, and then the URL, the best profile. And so right now we just chose from the original one. So the best profile is from the HL7 file. And then the file name is which file name. And also we always doing the save first. Otherwise they are not put any data inside your laptop or your computer. They just like kind of they loading the data, but you still are not saving. So I always saving first. And then you can choose, when archiving, you can choose the data format for is XML or JSON. And then you just start to design your own structure definition of each specific resource. So here they will asking you some required field here. So you should put the URL, which means the structure definition link after upload to the server. So the IG is designed for show to other people and follow the content to design their own system. So we should have a structure definition inside some FHIR server. So here is you should put which is when you upload the structure definition into some specific FHIR server, where's the URL here? And then the ID is a structure definition for a program identification. So you should just using your own way to design the resource ID. And the name is a structure definition's name. And the title is, when creating the profile, the name will be displayed on the web page. So here is also important. So if you want to show some word in some specific word or some specific explanation, you should put it here. And when you, so here is the properties part. So when you, after the list property design, you should put it into the element tree. So they will show you all of the basic field from the original design, so you can choose it. And for example, you just put the subject, and then they will show you the cardinality, and then the type, the fixed value, the short description, the definition, everything here. So here, this part is important part. You should put the number of data field a lot for the cardinality here. And then is a brief description on the data field is at here. Then we'll have a short description here. You should put it here. And then the definition is more important part, and you should put it inside the observation, and they will show in the IG website. So it's in the here. So the entity is a patient of a group. So let's just put it here. So in the here short description, in our experience is we should put the which data or which field you should put it here, and that the people too easy to read it. And for a definition part, we can explain more detail about this column and then show to other people. And then so for field modification, for example, is we just put the description is a patient resource link here for the subject reference. So other people will know, okay, this observation subject to the specific patient, we should put the link here, and then allow the this observation link to the personal patient. So we have to discuss. I have a short discuss about extension. So if I can't find a suitable field, what should I do? So when we face this moment, we should using the extension, and extension can provide additional field or resource to meet the variable needed. So for example, in the original FHIR design, they are not putting race inside the patient resource. So US Core IG they design their own race extension here. So we can download their own extension from the websites. And then in the different extension, you can decide which kind of the resource can use it. So for example, US race extension, they only allow the patient, the related person, the person, and the practitioner. There's 4 resources to use it. So when you design the extension by yourself, you still need to notice about this one. This is important. And then when we go back to the forge, you just find the desired extension and download it, and then put the downloaded file to the corresponding path to put into the your folder. And then you just select a resource where you want to edit an extension. For example, we put the race here, so we just need to choose the patient, and then click the extension, and then you just choose the one you want to, the extension you want to import. So for example, is a US code race, and done. So in your patient, in the bottom side, they will have extension data inside here. So you can modify the important extension part of the field data, and then you can modify the cardinality by yourself, and then also the slices name and everything here. So that is kind of we derive the race extension from the US core, but we can modify it by ourselves. So for example, they have OMB category is 0 to 5. So we can ask him then at the least you should put 1 or 2. So here you should change to the 2 to 5 or 1 to 5. So the most important part is the structure definition field presentation. They only keep the field data with a differential. So so when we using the build IG to create implementation guide, they will compare by themselves. So at here the structure definition only record the differential parts. For example, we just put the observation subject. You need to put the 1 here. Otherwise, although we got the list observation, but we don't know the list observation for who, so it's hard to using. So at the minimum, we asking the user to at the minimum they should put the 1 reference to the subject, and then so the same situation is a subject reference. So we asking then must be reference to some other patient, and then encounter is we asking then you must be connect to the encounter information. So we just can follow the situation is when the people going to the hospital and they get the observation. So we asking all of the data can connect each other. So we just put a minimize here, minimize 1 here, and also is a reference here, which means when you create the observation, you must be put the related subject and then related encounter at here and connect each other. So the first part is we just showed the description how to using the Forge to easy to have a graphical platform to design the structure definition by yourself. And then we just try to build the IG by a simplifier. So for the free account, you can only create 1 project under your simplifier. And if you want to put more budget, you should pay it. So let's say it's easy. You just log into the simplifier and using the same account with the Forge, and you just provide the platform to share the customized structure definition. Is have a 1 project is for free. And actually a lot of people put their IG into the simplifier only for the testing. And you can also, if you want asking some information, maybe you can go in just search inside the simplifier. Then maybe you can learn something from other projects. So you just need to put the portal part, and then you can upload. You can choose the upload method by the upload file, just the structure definition file, or fetch from the URL, and then or copy or paste, depends on yourself. And you just need to put all of your structure definition into this project, and then they will generate it by automatic for you. So for example, we just upload the composition here, and then they will show all of the information you decided here, and then show to other people. So simplifier, let's just go into their website. Check it. This one. Yes. Okay, so we are going inside here. We have tried to put some data in the list Taiwan My Health Bank Book FHIR Implementation Guide. So you can see here that we put the 84 profiles, and then 2 value sets, 9 extensions, and 2 logical model. So when we going inside here, we have the test patient, and this is a structure definition we design, and then this is the original one. So we just using the snap. But if you only want to see which kind of the different compare the basic one, you just use here differential. So only identify we original one it is 0 to unlimited, but we just modify into the 1-to-1. So we also modify the short description is about an identifier for this patient, and you should put the Taiwan national ID, and definition is also the same. We are not put too many definitions here. So also you can see the detail detail, which means they will show you very detailed about everything. So this site, let me show you. Yes, they have a definition here is more detail, and then also the cardinality here. So just depends on the different situation, and then you should put the enough information here, and then other people can follow your guide. So here is a simplifier's example. So if you want to using it, you can try it, and also they can announce different information. For example, is draft, how many draft profile here, how many active one, how many retired one. They everything is follow the rule HL7 FHIR design. So it's okay for using it, but still need to pay in the future, I think. For example, we just put the US, and they will show you a lot of difference. For example, it's HL7 FHIR US core. So somebody already put it into the websites. Yes, let's go back. So this is the parts how we build the structure definition by a graphical platform, and then how to using it to doing the IG. So in Taiwan side, we using the IG publisher. Actually, IG publisher is from the conference HL7 FHIR, and they release a whole package to allow people to using it. So they have 3 important websites. It's official web, and then you can download IG publisher here. And third one is they already have the sample IG file. So we always download the sample one to modify it and change it to ourselves one. So yes, you can just record it. So before you build IG, you should install some important language kits inside your laptop. For example, it's Java SDK, and then the Ruby and the 𝐩𝐫𝐸, and then you commonly using the Git operation software. And then this one is only for the publish. So HL7 FHIR, they already designed a kind of the hook operation system. So when you using the GitHub to put your profile to there, and then they will automatic generate the IG for you, and then you can publish inside some their official websites. I will show you later. So you can clone or fork example IG from GitHub, just from here, and then you can have it. And in the top level dictionary of the Zen IG run some script, so you just follow away, and then the sample IG will be created in the folder outputs. They will have many different folders, so only for the output. So in the future, when you create the IG by the build IG list, IG publish this one, and then you just copy of the output profile, and then you already have a IG website. So you can open the index is the first one page, and into your folder, and then see they have some of communication inside the list 2 place. You can see more detailed information here. So yes, just short description. We should install the Ruby and the 𝐩𝐫𝐞 installation. So everything just say yes, enter, and then put some there script here. So just follow the way they teach us, and then we should run the updating publish.bat, this one for creating IG. So they will asking you a lot of questions. You just say yes, and then you can generate the website according to the structure definition in the input folder, which means in the here simple IG master that you should put everything inside the input folder. So for example, we download second one is for the when we download the list IG publisher, they will have a whole, they will have the simple IG master this folder, and then you also need to download the sample IG this for data, and then the first one is you will have this one. This one is under the IG publisher that folder, and then you should put your sample IG profile into the input this folder, and then after you generate your IG website, everything will put into the output here. So just different way. So using sample IG to build your own IG, so you just go into the sample IG here and download everything, and then you keep all of the file, and you delete the original structure definition in the example IG resource folder and put your own structure definition. Is the first section we talk about, we designed by the Forge, and then modify my IG XML content. We just delete everything here because this is an example one, so we need to delete it, otherwise they will have some problem. So because like example parts, they already put some resource, so we just need to remove it because we delete it from the list parts. And then inside the example IG, they have several different index page. So for example, this page is my IG XML content, my IG this website. So in the lay here, they have including a lot of different important sections. For the header, you can change the header by yourself, and you can change the version, everything by yourself at the list session, and also the footer at the list session. So before you generate your IG by the IG publisher, you should modify the website content, and then in the future they will modify automatically by themselves. And then second is introduction, technical overview, and the background, everything is inside the my IG XML. Oh no, sorry, here is inside the index .xml, this website. I forgot to modify, sorry. Yes, here is in the index, which means the home page. So you can put everything, for example, introduction, and you can just change it to your language, not in English. For me, maybe is Chinese, and then the content of it. So you can choose the different parts, and all you can put it inside here, and then they will generate by themselves for you. And then they also have include. So you can see the IG, and then in the input we put the whole example package here, so everything is here. If we have the resource, we just put it into the resource, and if we have the page content, we just separate to each page content. Then right now we can change the menu, so we just tell them, okay, menu is drop down, and the linkage of each one is background HTML, detail specification, HTML, and everything. So you can design by yourself. And then we completed the example and can improve everything here, and the page will automatically generate it. So you can see here is a resource in the TOC here. They will including all of the resources here, and then this resource just a JSON file or the structure definition we designed here. So let's say it's the same. They just put everything, and also you can put the value sets here. For example, we put this value set. Is Taiwan's hospital coding. So we put everything here. And then after we modify everything inside the input, this folder, we just put the genomes.bat, this one, and then they will create a simple, that will create the IG for you. So inside the output folder, that will show you everything here. For example, it's like this, and you just copy off this one and put it into the server, and you will have your own IG website. And here is a structure definition under the folder input the resource, and they will generate it for you automatically. And then if we want to upload to the GitHub, after we create an IG and put my IG into the GitHub, and we just added a webhook into the GitHub, and then in the list page they had to tell you how to work in it. So you just need to edit a webhook GitHub and then create the setting, everything. And then in the future, when you copy and then save the data into the GitHub, that will automatically to generate IG for you. So here is the official IG upload record platform, and they will tell you everything. And then, for example, in the yesterday, I just put the IG here. So the account name is Billy72325, and then the IG name is FHIR IG version is 401, and then they will tell you how many when is I let's update here, and then the status. And so if failed, you can also see the log, everything here. So here, let's go in there. So they also have a lot of different ones. So for example, let me check a very okay. DaVinci. Okay, let's see 𝐻𝐽𝐿. Here is the 𝐻𝐽𝐿 that generates one and then upload to here. So they will design it automatic for it. So people can also see that here over their own websites. So I think that everything will must be the same one. And also if failure, just a moment. So you can see if failure, you can see the log, and they will let you know which part had something wrong, and you can change something here. Yes, so that's it. This is the way we create our own IG in Taiwan. So just a very simple way and very quick experience sharing. So do you have any question? Oh, I saw a lot of.
Thank you, Professor Billy, for that lecture. We actually have quite a lot of questions in the
Yes,
chat.
I just
So
said it. So okay, for the first one is Dr. Elvin's question, and he asking about recommended that all 18 countries adopt the international patient summary as a minimum data set, and the benefit where we gain if we adopt it, the IPS. So actually, I think that is okay, because I think the international patient summary is already been discussed for the many people and a huge group. So the design, the content, and then the design method must have some important elements inside there. So as we discussed in the Manila, I think each country we can compare our own data to the international patient summary, and then we just mapping the gap, and then we can create our own 18 version of the international patient summary, and then it's more easy to collaborate between the each SILab. And Taiwan maintain a health data standard are all required to use the standard or have. Okay, so right now in Taiwan, we are not follow any standard. So only for the client data, the National Health Insurance Department, they will decide the specific standard and then the formats. So when the hospital need to client the money, they need to upload the client data and then follow their formats. And then for the dictionary part, for the data content part, we only using the ICD-10 and then ICD-10 PCS, ICD-9, ICD-9 PCS, but we are not using LOINC in for the testing, for the procedure. A lot of things they decide by their and also the coding, the drug coding they decide by themselves. So we still face some problem when we want to change the data to the international research. Yes, I think the output will be free. Will be the same, because we also sometimes we also using the fish, but actually we sometimes we need to teach students to design the structure definition. So if we always asking them to using the fish, we need to put more effort to teaching them. But I think yes, the fish is more good compared to the other tool, because they are free and then still grow up right now, and then no need to pay is more important part. But we using the actually we using Simplify or Forge only for design and structure definition, but the less is more easy because they already have the graphical platform. And then the last question from Dr. Elvin is IG published in, I don't know, but you can upload one to the simplify.net. I think that is okay, but I don't think that is published by them. All file we create a structured definition where you can spend it's. Yes, for so in the, because Forge is designed for working with the simplifier, so they only to design the structure definition, and the fish is to create to fish can use to create a whole profile, whole IG, so including the web content and then the structure definition. So that is different. So in the Forge, we only using the structure definition parts, yes, because they are easy to use and not being affects some actually. Yes, we got the data sets, the Excel from the Miguel. We will collaborate with that actually. That's nice. Yes. Okay, so from the Dr. Rex is the publish our IG on the Beautify. I don't depends on the different situation. If you have your own server and then you can design by yourself, and actually they have some log here, and then you can announce to other people. So depends on the different situation. If you want to say, okay, we already have the IG in the international place, but they will maintain the server for you, I think, basically. So that is more easy to share your IG to other people. And sometimes they will have some rebuild log for you, so you can know which part you have some problem and not very well, so you can change your coding. So Taiwan. Okay, yes, Taiwan we already published it's one. Yes, you actually this one is we design together. It's a TW Core IG actually. I think, oh, this one is older one. I think this one is when we doing the COVID-19 certification, the registry one. I think Taiwan we have another one is, let me. Yes, this one is another one we had the registry into the HL7 International. And we before we register, we should submit the application to them, and then they will let you know how to doing that. So for example, this one is for the TW core IG actually. Just only right now it's 10, and this year will extend to 20 resources, and then allow the people to follow it.
Billy, do you have a guide on how to publish it to the package registry?
Okay, I will prepare it, and then maybe I can I send an email to you? Because today I'm not prepared about that, but we have some solution to doing that.
Thank you, thank you.
No. Yes, I think Dr. Evans said is correct. No, when they're asking some money, it's hard to using it. Data. Oh yes, in for the Dr. Chemida's question, when you in Taiwan we have the connection right now. Actually, it's in the next month. So we use the FHIR server, and then we put the structure definition inside the FHIR server. So we asking the people change their data, and let you binding a meta into their data. So the FHIR server will checking automatically by themselves. Otherwise, they will tell you the data content is incorrect, so you can upload it. Yes. So yes, we have experience about that. So you just need to put the upload the structure definition into the FHIR server, and then in the data you should put the meta. And meta, which means meta is you should tell the FHIR server, say, okay, this resource or this data is fixed for the which structure definition, and you should checking it automatically. Yes, I think so. For the Dr. Lester's comment, yes, it's hard to collaborate. So sometimes we will doing we have 4 people, and 4 people register by their own self. So I decide the patient observation and then condition, and other people design another one, and then export it, and then I can import it into the same question. So it's hard to doing that sometimes, but for the fish, let's say it's more easy. Yes. But I think some breed like a fish, like other tools, is already announced and more and then updates more quickly. So maybe if you have a budget, you can buy it. But if not, you just try to using fish. I think that is also easy to use. Okay. Oh, Dr. Boncha asking about the Taiwan implement the My Health Book Bank expert. Yes, still practice actually, but as we discussed in the past few years, they have their own structure, their own formats from the National Health Insurance. So they are not FHIR formats, but right now, we just start to design the so-called next generation medical information platform. So the Ministry of Health, they want to collect the old data into the same platform and using FHIR formats. and then transfer and exchange the data to the other department. And so after that, everybody will using the FHIR and using the same coding system. And terminology server, oh, we are not using the, actually we have a terminology server, but designed by ourselves, not designed for some international industry. Dr. Bongche, you can speak. Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Can you hear me, Billy?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's very beneficial. I think you are very smart that smart that to starting with the IG with the claim the My Book Bank, which is provided by the National Health Insurance, but they are not they don't change their system to be FHIR compliant. That is that what you say, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so at least you use their kind of the I mean standard to come up with the FHIR profile IG, something like that. And now you convincing them to change, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you say that you have your own terminology server. What kind of the building from the ground up? Where
Yes.
did the terminology server in Taiwan? Is it in the National Health Insurance or in the Ministry of Health?
I think the terminology server, the official terminology server in Taiwan is still just start to design and implement it. So I think it start from the last year when we start to design the Taiwan Core IG, and then have another sub project. Is we design the terminology server by ourselves. And they are not want to buying anything from the other place. And this service only right now is inside the Ministry of Health and the Department of Information. So they only using it with a FHIR server. So the National Health Insurance, they don't provide any terminology server. They only provide the coding system, the value set to the people.
Thank you. Actually, I think that the sample. Another question is that who will be announce the Taiwan call, which means that who will kind of this is the Taiwan call, and everyone should use this kind of the call at the starting point.
Right now it's the Ministry of Health.
Okay.
And in the Ministry of Health, we have the project management office every year right now. And the project management office, they need to design the core IG, and also right now this year we including the 6 exchange documents to change the format about that. So I think that they try to asking hospital to follow it, but right now, as I know, hospital don't have any intention to doing that, because in Taiwan, actually only National Health Insurance Department say something, and then hospital will follow. Otherwise, the hospital will ignore all of the information, because they still can get the money, so they don't care.
So you mean that now your group are working with for the Ministry of Health, right? And propose this to them. And propose this to them. Okay. Kind of you are the technical side for the Ministry of Health, but actually the Ministry of Health would like to adopt it, but it have to be kind of the talking with the National Health Insurance.
Yes.
Now I see the context.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
They just need to collaborate, but if they are not collaborate, it's hard to implement it actually.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Prof. Billy. There's actually a question from the Q&A function. So it's from Mr. Lester. He asked if the forage is supported by FHIR R5 or there's no support yet.
Actually, I don't know. I need to check it again. I think that can support R5 actually. You just need to choose it and download it by yourself. I think that is okay. I guess. Maybe I mail you later when everything after I checking. Yes. Just for the testing one, alpha. Yes. So you still can use it because I think the R5 still modification very fast. So they are not real deploy into their platform.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Billy. I think that's your last question for today. Thank you for a very informative lecture and Q&A portion. Thank you as well to our audience for their valuable contributions. We had a fantastic insight and question from the group. So wait, let me share my screen. May I call on Dr. Miguel to read and present this electronic certificate for Prof. Billy, Sir Mix.
All right. So Billy, thank you so much for taking time to give this lecture and to answer the questions. So there's a lot of questions actually. This is a topic that's of interest to the whole community in digital health. I'm pretty sure we'll have follow-up discussions with this and maybe possibly further discussions through email and other communication channels. But for now, we'd like to give you this certificate of appreciation for your exceptional commitment and enthusiasm as a resource speaker for the IOL 101 Taiwan FHIR tools, given this 18th day of August 2023, held online via Zoom, signed by myself as laboratory manager and by my by the director of UPM SILab, Dr. Alvin Marcelo. So thank you so much, Billy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Hope
much.
to see you in Manila in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Okay.
Doc Mix and Prof. Billy. So before we end this session, I would like to announce that on August 28th, 9 a.m. to 12 noon, there will be a mini conference which will be held at the UP Nursery Surgical Skills Center, that is 9th floor of UPCM Henry C building. So what to expect on the mini conference? So there will be a presentation of the Taiwanese students, a lecture on architecture by Dr. Alvin Marcelo, possibly a lecture also on securing the National Health Data Repository. And again, that's on August 28th, everybody. Okay.
I think Paolo
So-
has.
Paolo has a
yes.
question. Yes, Sir Gerard. Paolo. Okay. If none, may I invite everyone to please turn on their cameras as well, as we will be having a photo taken. So please don't leave the call yet, as there will be an evaluation form after this. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you, everybody. Before you leave this call, kindly take the time to answer our evaluation form for us to improve our next sessions and for you to receive your certificate of participation. So Bianca has forwarded the link already, but you can scan the QR code flashed on the screen. And if you haven't, please follow our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. That's UPM SILab or UPM_SILab. Once again, I am 𝐩𝐫𝐵 and thank you for tuning in, and see you in our next webinar. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you, Gabby, Danny, Bianca. Congratulations. Also.